great to see you here. Thank you for joining us. A warm welcome to all of you. It's a true honor for us to host the Prince's Foundation for Building Community and the Prince's Charities Canada here at Daniel Spectrum in the heart of Regent Park. This building that we're in tonight is a very, very important part of the revitalization. The idea of this building really dates back to the mid-1990s, when people in this community came together in churches around the neighborhood, in living rooms, around kitchen tables. People came together to begin to think about and to dream about what a revitalized Regent Park might look like. They began to think about this, and they began to think about maybe in a revitalized Regent Park, there would be a bank that would be on the corner. And potentially there would be a grocery store that would be just down the street. And maybe even the streets that had been closed back in the 1940s to make way for Regent Park that was built back in the 40s and 50s, that potentially those streets could be reopened and that the community could be reconnected to the rest of Toronto and to the rest of the world. They also dreamed that potentially, the revitalization could not only create jobs, but also long-term career opportunities, career paths for people of this neighborhood. Part of that vision, part of that dream was this, a place where people could come together under one roof, where people from Regent Park, both owners and tenants, could come together, where people from Toronto and beyond Toronto could come together, where everyone would feel welcome and where people could share their song and their dance and their cultural heritage, where people would feel and find common ground. And it's wonderful to say that tonight, only a few short months after opening this building, back in September, that the Spectrum, this cultural hub, this new place in the community, is doing everything that we all dreamed. And tremendous credit to the people from Artscape, and I know Seema, I think you're still here somewhere, and the rest of the Artscape team who came into the community, but really came in partnership with local groups, with local people, with local arts and cultural organizations, came together in this neighborhood, but also then invited cultural and artistic groups from the rest of the city to come and be part of Daniel Spectrum and this amazing place. Now tonight we're really honored to have Mr. Hank Dittmar, who will be introduced in a moment. But before Mr. Dittmar takes the stage, we are delighted to present a few comments from the President of the Prince's Foundation, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. Thanks for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to have this opportunity to address you on a subject which is so close to my heart, namely the work of my Foundation for Building Community. Every community is endowed with different natural, financial, social, and built assets, assets that can be developed into lasting capital that provides benefits to the community and beyond. These forms of capital are interconnected and all are necessary for communities to function and prosper in harmony. The whole is always greater than the sum of its parts, and it exemplifies the basis of what I can only describe as community capital, that invisible but vital element which holds communities together. In creating my foundation, I have tried to create a forum within which the planning, design, and building of neighborhoods and developments can be raised to levels of excellence in terms of community capital. The idea is, quite simply, to bring together the best of Canadian practice with the Foundation's approach and ethos, to pool experience, share best practice, celebrate excellence, and crucially, learn together. I do hope that you will join us as we pursue our goal of a future where all of us can take part in making our communities not only more durable and resilient, but also more diverse, humane, and beautiful, thus making them infinitely more sustainable in the long term.
As you heard, our mission really is building communities and transforming lives, and it really goes back to Winston Churchill's point that we make our buildings and then they help to shape us. And the foundation does this in three ways: through engaging people, engaging with professionals and with communities, through educating, through a series of both public and professional education programs, and through empowerment programs, which try to work on the demand side of the equation rather than just on the supply side of the equation, giving people in communities the tools they need to begin to shape their own destinies. And the foundation works in live projects around the world. In the last decade, we've really been involved in something like 60 live community building and revitalization projects. And what the Prince really, I think, wants to see is this notion of a development that celebrates our diversity and our identity and works in harmony with natural systems. He's written a book called Harmony about that, and I think it is the great challenge both for the human spirit and for human societies. Thanks for listening.